Welcome to the Two-Ton Nerds. As always, my name is Max James. It's October 23rd, 2018, which means it's day 23 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 7, and today's movie is Hide and Creep. So, roll it. As you know by the intro to this video, I am watching Hide and Creep for the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 7 for day 23. And I had to take those 2 shots just to prepare this review because this movie is pure independent zombie B-movie fun. It's just a lot of fun. If you had $5 to spare, this is the kind of movie that I would make. So, but I mean, I'm sure there was more than $5, but it was just it just had a lot of fun. You can tell these people had a lot of fun making this movie because there's a lot of pure homages to other movies. You got like the makeup for the zombies, that's very early Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead kind of stuff. You got just some of the dialogue chosen in this movie, like at the very beginning. The guy, our main character, Chuck, he's kind of working at a video store and he's kind of running down the different kind of zombies, and I like that dialogue scene in the beginning where he's just kind of like, no, Evil Dead doesn't have zombies, they're Kandarian demons who happen to possess people. So I love that. And then there's like this other thread with rednecks, and they're out in the middle of the woods and they're doing like their little gun club thing, and it's hilarious as well. But the one thing I take away from my initial reaction was like everybody in this movie just seemed so inconvenienced by the zombies. I mean, one, like his car is missing. One is just like the big football game is on and the news keeps interrupting it. You got one who the cops are out of town, and like at least the sheriff and the deputy, they're missing. So they're like, they're on their own. People are going to church, and on this big day when the zombies and the preacher's going off on them, and it's just like, it's funny, I love it all, but it's hilarious. So what you need to know about this movie is basically a zombie invasion in this little town, and people are just dealing with it in their own ways, and that's really all I can say because I really don't want to ruin the experience for this like I had, because I had a lot of fun watching this. So now, I'm going to get to my rating scale. 1 being run-of-the-mill, 2 best watch with a group, 3 more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre, 4 helps move the horror genre forward, and 5 being a horror classic. Now, this movie falls into 2 categories for me, for 2 different reasons. One, it is definitely a 2. It's definitely best watch with a group because you just get a bunch of your best friends who love zombie movies or like these low-grade, Z-grade horror films, and just have a lot of fun. Just gorge on snack food and just have a running commentary through the whole movie. That would be awesome. But also, as the film nerd in me and the filmmaker in me, also gives this I think it gives it a 4. It helps move the horror genre forward in the sense that there are people out there who are still making these low-budget horror movies, and they deserve all the praise in the world for making these kind of movies because they are keeping the horror genre alive and strong for the people out there who doesn't have the millions of dollars to make these horror movies that we see on the big screen, or even the hundreds of thousands of dollars. to make the horror movies. These are the bread and butter, and these are my favorite kind of horror movies. The ones that are true independent horror movies. So I give this my highest praise in terms of that. So, but ultimately, I think it is more of a 2. It is definitely more watched with the group. So I give this really good high praise just because I had a lot of fun. And that's what really boils down to these horror movies, these really low grade horror movies. They have fun behind the camera and we have fun watching it. So that's really all I gotta say. I definitely recommend going to find this movie, Hide and Creep, in some way, because the way I watched it, it was on a compilation DVD, you know, like those 10 zombie movies for like $5, you know. So now, before I end this video, I have a big announcement for the end of October, is that when it comes to the 29th, 29th, 30th, and 31st of October, I will be drawing 3 movies at random. So I will not know what I'm watching for those 3 days. I cannot wait. So when I get to those 3 days at the end of October, I will do it right here in front of the camera and go back to my original format when I did it back for year 1, when I would get in front of the camera, talk about the movie a little bit, or in this case, reveal the movie, go watch it, and come back, and so it'll be really fresh. So, with all that said, please like, subscribe, hit the little bell to stay notified, to stay up to date with my movies when they become uploaded, and as well as comment on what you think about this movie and any other future videos I should do. So, as always, my name is Max James, coming from the basement, and I'm going to go geek out.